Hello guys, this is DrESkateboard here. Today we're going to go ahead and talk about the best battery pack for DIY electric skateboards, especially if you're new to this. So let me actually go over some of the ones that I recommend. Let's go ahead and start this. So let me go ahead and just show you some of the stuff that I've been actually researching here. So Meepo and Onboard, M-Boards, DIYElectricSkateboard.com, Backfire Boards, several companies I'm keeping eyes on. They all sell electric skateboard batteries. Now, if you want to get more capacity, if you want to get the best battery technology, right now it's all about Samsung 40T. All the new boards are being made with Samsung 40T. You can go with the 30Q, but your overall capacity is going to be less for much bigger battery pack, and you're going to be using more cells, which means more point of failure. It's not as safe. The Tesla 2170 Samsung 40T batteries are much safer because they have, they're safer. Like, for example, one of the cells short, they've been designed so your battery pack will still work, and it actually happened to me. And I was actually amazed. So that's one of the good things. Now, so what you want to look for are the Samsung 40T. This one says 40T. So Onboard has a Samsung 40T battery. You can choose the 40T option. This is a 12S2P here. Also, the Meepo Mini 2 ER battery. They also sell it. All right, it's the exact same battery pack, exact same power, 288 watt hours. Continuous discharge is actually bigger than this, but the reason why they put it is they put the BMS. The only thing is you may want to open these up and bypass BMS because like you buy this battery and it's actually rated for 70 amps, and once you hit 30 amps you're like your BMS shuts off and then your whole board shuts off and you start flying off. So Samsung 40T I do highly recommend, and let's actually compare. The same capacity you could get on the Meepo. Let's see. Let's go to DIY electric skateboards. They're all sold out. You can see 12S2P on Samsung 30Q is $330. That's like way overpriced. All right, even though it's a 12S2P, I mean look at the price difference. That's way high. 12S4P. This is all 30Q. I would try to avoid all 30Qs. M-Boards is having a sale. Now I did talk to M-Boards, he called me. I mean, he's just only 23 years old and, he's just starting his business and, maybe he made a mistake, so I decided to let it go. I actually have two of his 12S2P. I think I have two 10S2P batteries I bought from him. They're pretty solid. The thing with M-Boards is that they're really thick. Like thick doggo, they put way too much stuff on top of it. It's like this whole thing is like a battery box. So the good thing is very, very protected. But the thing is, it won't fit in many of current boxes out here right now. But this is all Samsung 30Q. So if you want the latest battery tech at the lowest prices right now, if you're just starting out, I would totally recommend the Samsung 40T. This is a 12S2P. That's also on their mini boards that I also have. I haven't opened it up yet, but I'll take the battery out and take a look at it later. But you can see 288 watt hours. Discharge, see this one's 40. So what you do is you grab these packs and you can just run it out of there. I would recommend 30-40 is plenty for this battery pack. You can go up to like 70, but when you do that, you may kill the battery a lot quicker. So yeah, this is a great battery. This, even on a longboard type board, you're going to be able to get range of approximately probably around 10 miles, depending on your setup, your gearing and stuff. But for like 2-to-1, 3-to-1, you're going to get a ton of range, like 10 miles or more. If you have like 3-to-1, if you're off-road board, then you'll get probably like 7-8 miles, which is still pretty good. It keeps your overall weight of your board down. And if you have, for real, so if you guys have any suggestions on other batteries from other, because I don't check out every skateboard company, but these are just skateboard companies that I've been checking out. So let's actually go. All these companies sell their own batteries, which is great. And let's got a 1-star review. No, that doesn't sound good. $119. But the onboard, this is a steal for 12S. You know, 40T, 12S, no 10S. Sorry, this is a 10S 2P. That's a steal. I would say that's the best I've seen in a while. But let's take a look at this one. This is, what kind of battery is? They don't tell you what kind of battery it is. So something like this you might want to avoid. 22P battery. So avoid any kind of, what is this? Doesn't say. Not this one. Real 9.6 amps. Where is that? I'm gonna keep looking. Now there's was it DRESkateboard, was it? Oh, there's a company you gotta avoid. It's not DrESkateboard. There's another Chinese company that I ordered a 12S 5P, but it came with such crappy batteries that's, you know, I can't run any of my boards on it. You know, it's stupid. 8.4 maybe this one. So really, the battery is going to determine how much power you get out of your DIY electric skateboard. And you all because you always want to get the most powerful battery, not in terms of size, but how much each cell puts out, because that keeps your battery safe. It's not using so much power. It can handle that much power. And that's why I'm telling you to get the Samsung, the Sanyo here, Samsung 40T, because that's the latest battery tech. But if you can get a good price on something like this, okay, this is a 10S2P, 345 watts. This is okay. I would actually recommend the you see, if you want to see, I actually have these Sanyo batteries. Oh no, this is Sanyo's 2170. I don't know this one. Let me see. Oh, this is a 2170. Okay, this might be good too. You can go look at the specs. Battery. Just go type the battery and yeah, I'm gonna go take a look. I haven't actually took. So it's probably the 21700. I have the 20700, which are pretty decent. But it doesn't. I don't think it's this one. Is it this one? 21700. 20700. So you gotta really look into when you buy a battery pack. Like, let's say you don't want to build one. This whole thing is about. You know, for if you're building your first skateboard, I would actually recommend just buying a battery pack. But don't spend a ton of money, or don't buy like a giant battery. Just buy a small one so you can test it out, and you know, and then you can build a battery. I think. Sorry, what is this? 2170. There's no specs, so it just this is fishy. Oh, okay, there we go. So if it says 4800 milliamp hour battery, then now we can find it real easily. Sanyo battery. So it must be like the 50E, but I don't see any specs on this, so I don't know. Burst current 80 amps. It says there. SY2170. Like 2170 battery. So it's kind of hard to see what this battery is. Doesn't say. So yeah, kind of. I don't know. But it's a 21700, so it should be not too bad. 279. So 279, not a bad price. All right, compared to that with onboard. Onboard 253. I know about Samsung 40T batteries, but I don't know what this one's like. This one, I think this one is going to be more like Samsung 50E. 50E's got higher capacity, but I believe lower maximum continuous output. See, it's only 9.8 amps. But this one doesn't actually tell you other than 30 amps. So I don't know if that's per cell or that's for, yeah, it doesn't say. So that seems like a pretty decent battery. But like I said, you want to actually find out exactly what it is. Maybe send them an email, because that's fishy. I don't know, man. Okay, going back to all the different batteries. Also, if you want to get a, you can see Meepo has the exact Samsung 40T batteries for 300 bucks. Why is there such a big difference between these two batteries, you know? Onboard has 253. Meepo, it's the exact same battery. So, in cases like, if you know the specs, then you're going to get the best price for it. And you can see the continuous discharge only 30 amps. That's based on their BMS versus onboard is set it to 40 amps, it seems like here. It says 40 amp hour. Oh God, come on guys. Get these specs right. So sometimes these Chinese manufacturers, they can get the English wrong. But I know people at onboard, so I'm going to have them fix this. Oh, it's a, yeah, I know, Meepo ER. I have a Meepo ER. The problem with that one is it's probably did not, yeah, I don't know, I don't know why it would burn out, yeah. So, yeah, I think the onboard is actually my best suggestion today based on our best price. And Samsung 40T just been proven very good capacity for your beginner board, your first board. Yeah, I would totally go with this. This has plenty. You know, don't build a big long range on your first board because you might mess up something short, and then your whole board burns up. You know, so just build a small board or build something that's got a small range, so you don't have to deal with all that. If you mess up, then you can build the next one. My first board was like I was actually trying to make it smaller than, you know. My first board was Boosted Mini S, and then I tried to build my own board, and I was like, Boosted Mini S is too small. No, it's too big. So I wanted to fit into my baggage, so I could just put it in there. But it didn't work out because I found out that with smaller decks, I actually have the deck here. Smaller decks. This is a 28-inch deck. It's my original prototype. I had like, I don't know, I put dual belt. Now it has a one hub, but it's just disassembled. But it's so small. I think it's like 28 inches, and that fits in your luggage real good. But this one also, you know, it's if you want to travel board, I'm gonna make a travel board eventually. You need something super light, something that fits in your luggage, because you don't really want to, you know, send it out as luggage. You can do that, but it's simpler if you can just put it in your luggage because it won't take up a lot of room. It's just a board and a little box sticking out, and you can. That's what I did with which board was Blink SR. So I had a Blink SR. I took it to Korea, I put it in my luggage, and it just fit, and I just rode everywhere. And that thing is just one hub, not too much power. But in Korea, most streets are real nice and flat, so I never needed so much power. So, and it was super light, so I could take it anywhere. None of the dual belt, it's just going to be a pain to carry it everywhere, but it's good exercise. So yeah, this is another one I'm looking at. Is this a good price at 44%? Definitely no. This is still higher than onboard. It's got a little bit more capacity, but there's no. I can't see the specs on this, so I don't know what the continuous output. So if you look at the Samsung 40T, the thing you really want to focus on, especially on smaller batteries, is the continuous output. Maximum continuous discharge current. So this one can do 35 amps per cell. The reason why I don't use 30Q batteries, or none of the newer batteries do, because the price difference is not even that much. It's $5.99 for Samsung 40T. 30Q is $4.99, so only $1 difference. You get 35 amps maximum continuous, but you only get 15 amp maximum continuous. So for $1 more, you get twice more power. And it doesn't mean you use all that power, but the batteries is capable of handling that much without heating up. Now, based on the test Mooch did, the Samsung 40T actually does 30, all right, and the Samsung 30Q actually does 20. Even then, that's almost 60%, 70% more power and more capacity. Yeah, you can mail it to your destination, but if you're gonna like stay for like a week, that's gonna cost like hella money, or it's not gonna be worth it. So I'm gonna build a travel board. I might even build like a tiny board, you know, one of those mini boards. I mean, because once you start building your batteries, you can build any kind of, you know, skateboard. So you have to look at the spec sheets, and I don't know why they don't have it here. Oh, okay, let's go look at this. We should be able to find the Sanyo batteries here. So you can look at all the 21700, and there's no Sanyo at 4800. That's why this one's fishy. It could be using some other batteries. Oh no, not this one, not this one. Okay, this one's not bad either. 20,700B. This one I actually have a bunch. I'm going to build a battery pack. But capacity compared to... so the 20700 batteries are somewhat between the size of a 21700. It's just the diameter's larger than 1860, but it's smaller than the 2170, so by 1 millimeter. This one has pretty good continuous discharge also. Not the 207B, I think it's a 20,700A. Mini boards, oh, mini boards are dangerous, but the whole point of having a mini board is to get you from A to B. It's not for daily commuting, but when you travel and you want to get from the bus stop to the subway, not going fast, not on the roads. I would never ride these mini boards on the road. Its whole point is that you don't want to walk. You know, it's a hot day, and you want to take that and, you know, just go 10 miles per hour. That's what it's for. I would never go faster than that on the sidewalk anyway, because you can kill somebody, you know. Or you can have a swappable batteries. So that's a good method also, because, you know, the airports, they only allow you to nowadays they only allow you up to 100 watt hour. That's the official limit. If you go over 100 watt hours, it depends. You have to ask the airline. Some airlines may allow you to take 150 watt hour, but 100 watt hour, if you're under it, that's why Boosted Mini S has 99.9 watt hour. So you don't have to have, you know, you don't have to worry, and you can take but you do have to disassemble the battery pack out of your board. You have to carry it on person in your bag, carry on, and then your skateboard you can do, you know, send it with luggage or send it separately, whatever. Yeah, this is the battery. I have a bunch of Sanyo 20700A batteries. This one's also 30 amp maximum discharge, right? So this one can be good too, but the capacity you get, it's actually more. It's $799 versus the Samsung 40T, and that's why I love the Samsung 40T. It's you get more bang for your buck, you know. Like maybe like even a year ago it wasn't like this, but the price difference has made a huge difference this year, where it makes more sense to go with 2170's 40T batteries. Some people will still swear by 30Q because they already have all these battery packs, but if you look at the price and how, you know, how much smaller you can make the battery pack and how much more power you get out of it, it's way better to go with Samsung 40T these days. I don't know about 10x charge cycles. Yeah, I'm not too crazy about that. But you know, I built the 12S 4P with my Samsung 40T batteries. So had I built that with the 30Q, the Samsung 30Q batteries, in 10S, it would have been 10S 7P. The same, you get more pad. I think it's more about the same power, but about the same capacity. But you could build it with 12S 4P instead of a 10S 7P. Instead of 70 batteries, you're using 12 times, yeah, 48 batteries. So that's like 48. That's like, you know, that's like a lot less batteries, a lot less things to go wrong. And the 40T, like I said, they're more fireproof. You know, they've been designed for that, and that's why Tesla developed them for their Model 3. Sanyo, you can look at the discharge also. But if you really worry about discharge, I would just not, I would just not discharge your battery pack below 20%. So when you buy your battery pack, make sure you'll never use it up to like, less than 10% every day. Like my Icebox skateboard, I built it for 20, like 2 mile range, and I never go above 10 miles, right? But before I had the 10S 12S 2P, and the problem was I would always just like deplete all the way. And like 10 mile range was what I needed. So you always build, if you want to build it and make it last long, and also you want to have the extra power, maybe some days you want to go like 15, 20. I mean, once in a while you can fully deplete it. That's not a problem. But in most days you want to stick with, depleting it to no more than 20%, Need a good budget belt option? Budget ESC? Budget ESC is... Let's go look at the data sheet. Budget ESC, I have so many, I'll show you guys. It's crazy. They're like exactly the same looking. It's so funny. They're like, they're okay. No, here's a budget ESC. Oh, this one's really terrible. I have so many parts here. Oh, here's the cool one here. I have so many of these. So let's actually go ahead and switch up the angle real quick so I can show you this real quick. So this is a standard dual budget ESC. You can pick up for like, I don't know, like anywhere from like 30 bucks to 50 bucks. These are actually really good. These are really, really good. They can actually handle the hills if you pair it with, as long as you use sensor. They do the sensor wires. Make sure you do sensor for hills, because with cheaper budget ESC, if you don't sensor it, then it will just not go up the hills. It's basically the sensor allows the ESC to know where the wheel position is, and by doing that, it's efficiently able to go up steep hills. You can absolutely go up steep hills. You just gotta pair it with a battery pack. So we come back to the battery pack. That's why if you get a Samsung 40T, you can do all the hills you want. But if you get like a 20R or one of these, 30Q will also do it. If you get anything like a really crappy battery pack, you can have a 10S 5P, and you'll just not make up any hills. So the battery is hugely important. These are not bad. They're actually very durable. They're used on all the cheaper boards. They usually come with a remote. No, not this one. But yeah, let me show you this one I have here. These are actually pretty good. If you don't, the only problem with these is that they can get a little jerky. If you want to go fast, then it's just really jerky. But if you put it on low, they usually have low, medium, high settings. And the good thing is you get the ESC and the remote together, so you don't have to spend another $50 on like a Flipski VX1 remote, right? But usually they have a low, high, and then there's a reverse button. You can't reverse with it. That's the only problem. If you want to go reverse, that shouldn't be a problem. But like I said, these are a little jerky at the pro setting, so that's the only problem. But if you're going to be just riding, if you're making a small board, they won't matter, because yeah, it won't really matter that much. It's really when you're building like faster boards that you want to ride on the road, maybe faster than 15 miles per hour. Then you'll want to go with something best. But these are plenty good. I would actually start with these. These are so easy. They usually come with all the plugs, so you just plug it in. It's got XC60. You don't have to solder or anything. My first board was actually DIY board was using this. I just plugged in the motor plugs, the sensor wires, the battery, and boom, you can literally duct tape everything, like make a skateboard in like 10 minutes. It's great. Maybe we'll do a duct tape skateboard live, yo. Yeah, these brakes are not bad, but it's just very jerky. So all you have to do is lean back, then and you gotta just really dial it. Like you gotta be like super soft with it. Once you get used to it, it's not a problem. If you're doing any like single hub, um, because single hubs don't, these are actually perfect for hub motors, because you know hub motors, they don't have as much power, much torque. So these are really good for hub motors. Yeah, hub motors are actually great. I actually, if you do single hub, they can be actually great for low, like I said, travel board. So I actually want to try to make a like a really slow traveling board. Yeah, so they have this one, and then I got this other single one. This one comes with another. I forgot what this is called. It's like the MR30 connector. So the Chinese manufacturers, sometimes they'll use the MR30, but standard is they just use the bullet connectors. But when you have MR30, I hate these things because it's so hard to solder. I just pull it out and just put a bullet connector. It's way simpler. So just make sure you get a bullet connector, and then you'll be fine. Amazon has some cheap e-bike batteries. So e-bike batteries are another way you can use it on a skateboard, but the problem is your skateboard becomes like huge. You know, like I have some. I actually bought that I never use. So I bought. I was like, okay. I go to AliExpress. I'm like, oh, this this thing is so cheap. so I'm like, I'm gonna buy this. See, look at this giant battery. I'm like, yeah, that's our e-bike. 36 volts, 12 amps. It's just not very efficient. Your board's gonna look like, it's just gonna have a bloop. It's gonna, like, most skateboard boxes are designed so they're wide. So it's the balance of it and everything. It's just not gonna. I don't think it's great. But I might mess with this in a bit. But I actually don't even know what kind of batteries in here. I have so many like batteries that I bought and I never use because it always becomes like a battery you want to be able to fit in there. But yeah, I would stick with skateboard batteries just because you're building a skateboard. You're not building an e-bike. E-bikes are just different. You know how they make it is they always make it super thick. Look at this. It's like the way it's designed. They don't care. They care about this. See, it looks like you can fit right on this, like a bike. But on a skateboard, it's just not efficient. You're not utilizing it. I just wouldn't recommend it. And I think the batteries they use are way less capacity. That's why the electric skateboarders will always go for the newer technology, because we want the smallest, so we can have more power, more range. So now right now Samsung 40T, and then battery day is coming soon. I think in 4 days. So when that comes out, I'm gonna buy a bunch of batteries and build a new board. It's gonna be fun. Yes, super long little board. Like that thing designed for like a skinny board, So let's look at this is the 20700A. Where's the charge cycles? This should give you how many times you can charge before it loses, a lot of capacity. No, this one doesn't. Oh, there we go. So cycles. Yeah, most batteries are like around like 200-300. So if you skateboard every day, that's like a year. But the difference is that any of these batteries, if you don't discharge it to like, below 20% every day, that number goes up drastically. It can go up to like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. So it's just how you ride. So when you build a board, when you build a first board, just use the minimal parts, get the easiest parts like this, and build a board. And that way it doesn't cost you that much. This costs you $50 for this. I'll just get like 30Q 10S2P battery, or you can get the I would actually get the 40T batteries, because the problem with I bought the cheaper like 20R 10S 1P battery, and it would just go up my hill here, and then it would just the battery would overheat, or the BMS would just cut off. So the battery you can always reuse. So always invest in good batteries. But crappy batteries, you can like literally you can burn them up, going up hills or putting too much load. So if you could buy a good battery, it can last you, next 3-4 years. Versus if you buy a crappy battery, I have so many crappy batteries I spend money on. Look, I have all these. I didn't know anything about like the maximum discharge, so I went to AliExpress. I ordered a bunch of Lito Kala. This is like the Samsung 26F clones, and literally I can make it like a 10S4P, and I'll get like maximum continuous discharge of like less than 10 amps. I can't even use it on any boards, you know. I can use it on maybe like a hub board, like single hub board. No, not this one. Maybe the 200B. I think one of them is not. I don't think this one. Probably Sanyo. The B. I think one of them is like real high discharge. 3,000 cycles. Yeah, so you can get all that at the sheet here. Yeah. See, this one goes a lot longer. So it's either 207B or it's the C. One of them is. Yeah. What's up, QS Tech? Yeah, we're just looking at different batteries, talking battery tech. Yeah, but once you get into batteries and you're always looking at the data sheets and like looking over and over, order batteries, it's great. Even if you're not building your own batteries, if you know about the battery tech, then you can buy the cheapest, the best. Basically, you get bang for your buck. But you go over to like DIY DrESkateboard.com, you're like, all right, I'll buy for 330. 450. These are like super expensive, man. M boards is not too bad. This is not too bad, 374, but it's still a lot. You know, you got to just find the right sources. Yeah, the 30C. I don't know why 18650 battery store doesn't have the data sheet, but I always go to IMR batteries because they have the data sheet you can download. Always look at the data sheet because this is originally from the actual manufacturer, and it's going to be very, very accurate. Discharge? No. Yeah, I think you can do. I think I don't know. I don't have the spec sheet, so whatever. Anyway, yeah, we talked a lot about batteries. So for right now, for today, I would say the best bang for the buck that I would say it's not the 20R, the Samsung 40T, 12S, no 10S 2P, sorry. So the 10S 2P, also you want to go with 10S for your first build. 12S is just a lot more voltage and there's less ESCs. Most of these still run 12S. I've run 12S fine, but you know they're not designed for that. They're usually designed for 10S for 36 volts or 42 volts fully charged. We call it the 36 volt batteries, the 10S. So yeah, I would go with a 10S battery because that way it's less voltage you can work with, and that's more compatible with these cheaper ESCs. But yeah, I would say that this would be the best price I found on board 10S. And then the ER, this is the exact same battery, but Meeple sells it for $50 more. I don't know what the shipping price is on these. I think they're all free. We'll try it actually. The shipping on here. It's added here. Let's see what the final price is. Maybe Meeple charges nothing, and then you're like, you know, onboard charges hella more. Okay, so I'm in California. 9405. All right, let's calculate the shipping here. Yeah, I gotta enter this. So yeah, you guys try it out, but let's just see. Shipping, free shipping. Oh, that's awesome. 253. I would say this is an awesome deal. Yeah, we go with that. Uh, there's also another company that you gotta avoid. DIY skateboard or something. Let me see. Let me see. I'm in caps, bro. DIY board, bro. Oh my god, I bought this. I'll show you, dude. This is the one on my box board because it's so not powerful enough. Tennis 5P, 360 watt hour. Look at how big this battery is. It's a 10S 5P, but it's only got 360 watt hour compared to the ohm board. Uh, the ohm board is only 250. It's it's only 10S2P, but it's 288 watt hours. So this one has slightly more power, more capacity, but it's the battery becomes way bigger, way heavier than a 10S2P with the Samsung 40T. So this one, it's a DIY e-boards. You can buy this. It works fine on like a dual hub motors. The dual, like, the El Cheapo, like $100 kits you can buy. Those are actually real powerful. It can go up the hill. It's real nice. But I wouldn't use it if you need, if you need to go faster. If you're gonna, I wouldn't use it on like belt motor kits. What is it? Battery kit. Yeah, I wouldn't use it on anything bigger than like 5045. No, I wouldn't even put in 5045. This would be like for like it would be like for like boosted boards, or like it would work for like boosted boards, like 50 millimeter, it should be okay. So this is the Tennis 5P. Yeah, 178. I was like, yeah, I get a Tennis 5P. So I ordered this, right? Oh, I didn't show you. So I'm like, yo, this thing's so cheap, 10S 5P. I'm all excited and get it. Like, look, it says our battery is 50 amps continuous, 100 amps. Bullshit, bro. This thing will never do 50 amps. It'll do like 10, bro. Like, maybe like 20. It doesn't say what kind of battery is in here, but I think it's like a 20R or some real crap battery. Yeah, so don't buy, well, DIY e-board, don't buy their batteries, because see how manufactured see, when I was starting to build skateboards, I didn't know, I was just ordering batteries because I was like, I mean, I didn't know what kind of batteries it was in here. And that's why it's sort of almost like a scam. But I mean, it's cheap. You can build it for your first board. This is fine, but it's really heavy, and you're gonna need a big case for it. It's just not worth why are you using? See, this is why when you use older batteries with old battery tech, your battery becomes larger, heavier, and that's why everybody moved on from here for a couple of years ago to the 32. Now most people are moving to the 30T or the 40T. Can you root the battery? Yeah, probably can. But yeah, look at this. It's caught off at 31 volts, so that always happens to me. No. It's just terrible batteries. But I use their battery boxes. It's real nice. I mean, it's not real nice, but it's real thick. This one's real battery. It's good for like, it fits a 12S2P 40T. That's why I had it on my icebox. This battery box is like super solid. It's not ABS. It's stronger than any of the battery cases you see out there. Like M boards cases are like super weak. I mean, they're all flimsy, but this one doesn't. It's not flimsy at all. And I've just like just scratched on hell of stuff, and it just protects your battery real good. So this one I would use for like sort of a medium-sized battery. I guess you could use it for a small battery, but it's sort of thick, so you don't have a lot of clearance. So don't use a drop-down deck, because then your your board gets too low to the ground. So as long as you use on a board that's flat, it should be okay with pretty 90 millimeters or bigger wheels. Yeah. Radley boards. Battery pack. Okay, let's look at Radley boards battery pack. 14 amp hour. Wow. See, this is the problem. When you buy a battery pack, it should tell you. No, I don't want to talk to you. It should tell you what kind of batteries it is. If you don't know this, you're just basically buying cheap batteries, really cheap batteries. The amp hour doesn't matter. They have to tell you which cells are being used. Otherwise, you're just buying the cheapest stuff out there. So I don't know. There's no. Maybe it shows in the boards. Let's take a look at their boards. They look pretty decent. I think it's okay. Also, Radley Carbon AT. So go look at the board, and it'll tell you the specs. Radley Carbon AT. So 14 amp hour. But if you don't actually put the battery specs, then it's just like guessing. Sanyo GA. So I don't know, man. Yeah, it seems like a pretty good battery if it's gonna run Dual 6368. This should be fine. But yeah, it'd be better if they told you. Backfire Z-Lot. So yeah, Backfire Z-Lot. Let's go look at. I've been watching them. You know, they were always making. They're always making hub motors, and they finally. The dude that I'm always worried. You know, I'm watching Backfired, bro. Like the guy, their main guy that rides a skateboard. This like old like dude in like 60s. I'm like, so where he's going like doing speed tests. I'm like, oh fuck, if he falls, he's gonna die, bro. But maybe the dude, maybe he's the owner or something. But I'm worried about the dude that's in it. He should get some like real young guys that are like, you know, or some hot chicks. Okay. So Z-Lot belt drive is. It's just let's see what kind of motor it has. It's got the 2170 Samsung 40T, I think. Yeah. See, yeah, this guy here, he knows what's up. He's actually a real smart guy. He's always talking. He's actually talking about it. He's like Backfire is actually ahead of the curve. I mean, Onboard is, and you know, Meepo is too. But the Z-Lot is their first $8.99. Oh. Ew. So when you go with a larger battery pack like this, that's 300 watt hour. That's not that great. When you go to a bigger battery pack, sometimes it's more cost efficient to go with 10S. So this is not, what is this, 12S2P, I think. Yeah, it's a 12S2P. It's a tiny battery. So let's say you bought the battery from Onboard, $250. The actual board you're paying for, $899 minus $250. You're paying $649 for this board. Probably 6368 motors, which is less than probably like 30 bucks each, minus 60. Okay. Probably just got some generic ESC. I don't know about the ESC. Oh, it's probably got the let's minus another 50 for ESC. Their markup, another 50 for the deck, another 50 for the. Their markup is $439. This is a ripoff. I mean, if you knew what you're trying to buy. But let's actually go and compare something similar. Because of their battery capacity. So Onboard has really cheap boards also. Let's actually go ahead and take a look at their $389. It's got the Samsung 40T, exact same capacity. This one, $549. Look at this. So you're paying they're marking up $439. Onboard is marking up basically like $100. But I mean, the Chinese guys, they can get these things for way cheaper, so they can bring the price down. The problem with people, the skateboard companies in the U.S., including M-boards, including DIY electric skateboards, is that everything costs so much. Even though these things are actually made in China anyways also. But they have to go through another Chinaman, Chinese person. I didn't mean it like racist, Chinaman. Well, I'm Korean, so I'm Asian, so. Anyway, the whole point is that you know, or they're just marking it up way too much. But yeah, this is, so yeah, they're making it sound like even at $200 off, that's $799, $699, that's $700 when you can get the exact same specs for $549 at Onboard. Right, the design's a little different, but oh wait, this is PU. Sorry, my bad. That's a hub motor. We have to compare it with a belt motor, otherwise it won't be fair. Let me see, belt motor like this one, like this one. Okay. This one is actually not Samsung 42, but it's got more capacity. Yeah, for $699, that's not a bad price, but yeah, it's not, you know, it's not bad. It's gonna be better than obviously like $2,000 Evolved. Evolved is a ripoff now, you know. I like their stuff, but you know, I would never buy their boards. Because Onboard is basically clone copies, especially their Bamboo AT and the Carbon AT. They use the exact same truck sizes, exact same motors. You can interchange the parts. This is amazing. So Evolved, well, I mean, Evolved obviously came out with their design first, and then they see, then even the name's the same. Look, Bamboo GTR, Carbon GTR. Onboard say, "Oh, Bamboo. We'll take the R out." But look at the prices, man. You want to buy a Bamboo GTR for $16.99, or do you want to buy it for $9.69? Right? It's a huge difference. You want to pay $19.99 for Carbon, or you want to pay half the price? Pretty much the same thing. Actually, the Onboard has more power. Because it's got 6.3 motors. Same batteries, same battery pack. Tennis. Oh, actually, this one 4P. I think 5P versus 4P. But very similar. The only difference is they have pneumatic tires. But Onboard now also has their own pneumatic tires. So if you want it, you could just order it. I think you order it with the pneumatic tires. No, you can buy. Yeah, there you go. You got the Onboard. Then it becomes a little bit. No, it's $1,069. Yeah, that's. Would you pay $1,069 or would you pay $2,000 for pretty much exact same thing? You know. So that's why all the Chinese companies are taking over, because prices are going down on these parts, but yet companies like Evolved are still selling their boards at the same price. I mean, face it, like it's like computers, you know, every year prices go down, so laptop prices go down. Yet Evolved, I'm not putting down Evolved, but I'm just saying their business plan is not going to survive. And that's what happened to Boosted. Boosted kept selling the same technology since 2014. They had like V2, but they never had V3 and V4, and they went out of business because everybody else had more powerful boards. All these boards are way more powerful than any, you know. This is way more powerful than a boosted board. You know, you're gonna get so much more power, quieter. So FOC, you know, it's sine waves instead of square waves. So BLDC is square waves. So square waves were what we were using before. That's what Boost was using, and then they never switched to FOC. All these boards are so much quieter and just so much smoother. You know, not smoother. Yeah, it's smoother with the sine waves. It's just you're sending. You know how these motors work. You're actually sending pulses. So when you're sending square waves, you're like staccato. Boop, 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 so it's making the motor work like that. And then now you're sending sine waves. The motor is able to smoothly, you know, turn, and it's actually more efficient. Uses less power, quieter, and your motors last longer. Yeah. So yeah. So I'm telling you the truth. Right now, this is way overpriced. Evolved will not survive. Maybe because they're brand name. Um, maybe they'll survive. I don't know. Exactly that too. Evolved. You're trying to get it Evolved in the USA. It's just yeah. I don't know how much is it in Australia. Is it cheaper? Let's check out Evolved Australia. Hello. I can't do Australian. Australian. Ah, this just keeps coming back. Oh, there's it. Damn it. No, I don't think it's about rich people out there. I mean, I think it's about the consumers eventually knowing that there's cheaper stuff out there because this stuff is not gonna. Before people didn't know about it, but now people know. Like you know, people are reviewing this stuff, you know, and there's gonna be cheaper, better options. But it was just a good thing. Maybe the rich people will keep buying from Evolved. But you know, we're gonna have a lot of these students that can't afford these $2,000 things. They're gonna be the ones going to Board, Vestar, the cheaper board. Backfire, is Backfire? Backfire, I guess, is okay. Um, but yeah, I don't really like any of the hubs. Maybe the four-wheel drive kind of interests me. Do they have the four-wheel drive? I thought they did. I don't know. But yeah, I would never buy a board anymore because you know it's just built one. I have so many parts. You know. Anyway, I think I'm gonna go. I think we're just going off about skateboards too much. So bottom line, try at least a 10S 2P. Don't go with like a 1P unless you're gonna build like one of these real short batteries with one hub. um, if you want to buy one, if you want to buy a good single hub, I really love my Blink SR for travel because it's so small. I don't know how much it is. Look, there's my review. I really love this for. I think Walmart sells it. They were on sale for like $250. This one, you know, it's not bad. Acton, it's 339. It's yeah, they had a sale at $250. You could go to AliExpress and you could buy this for like $250 in Korea. In Korea, they're selling it for $250. That's a pretty good deal. Oh no, it was $200. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, if you see any deals like that, I would try to get it. Anyway, Meepo. Okay, let's take a quick look at Meepo. Meepo, which one is it, Pro? Oh, all-wheel drive. Woo. So the only thing I don't like about hubs, they they're not that comfortable going for you know your road has to be perfect. I don't know. I don't like I don't like going fast anymore after I broke my elbow, um, because you know the urethane wheels are just not good, and the hubs. The problem with hubs is you actually don't get a full urethane. This is all motor. You only get like 10% or 20% urethane thread, so it's not as comfortable. But this is 100 millimeters. It might not be bad. but I'm not getting it. Like you don't want to go that fast on urethane wheels. Urethane wheels, unless you're on a perfect road, it's not worth it because I've slipped so much on urethane. Every accident I've had was on urethane wheels. Had I been rubber, every time it was like a slip. I slipped. Yeah, plus you lose a hell of torque with 100 milli. Well, that's not such a big deal. Well, that is a big deal for hubs also. Now with belts, you can get larger wheels, but with larger gearing, so you might actually gain torque instead of losing it. You may lose top speed, but you know with higher gearing, you're gonna actually get more torque with larger wheels, which is cool. So yeah, belt. But the hubs are great if you live in this. I think the hubs are for smaller boards, slower speeds. That's what they're good for. But if you're gonna go faster, you need bigger wheels. Absolutely must bigger wheels. Because I know downhillers, you know, downhill longboarders, they're using urethane wheels. But face it, these guys are like mostly like pretty much professional riders. No beginner's gonna go downhill. I guess you can learn, but you know, those guys, you know, those guys are gonna die. You know, the chances of them. I think I heard somebody just died, some pro guy. Those guys are just risking their life. That's stupid, you know, on urethane wheels. But we're going on flat ground. We're not even sliding. You know, on the flat ground, we can't slide and stop. Whereas the long downhillers, at least they know how to slide and slow down. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Just longboard hubs. I have a Meepo ER Mini 2, which is okay, but I'm not. It goes fast, but I never take it that fast because it just feels uncomfortable. You know, it's got a pretty good torque. But the problem with this one, because it's hub, when I go up steep hills at full speed, and it heats up, and suddenly board just completely cuts out. But it doesn't. The good thing with hubs, you don't fly off. If your board cuts out, you sort of just kind of hop off because you don't have that resistance from the gearing. So that's another good thing with hubs. If you're gonna go fast on smooth ground, hubs could be good because you'll never have a thing where your board cuts out. But if you're going up hills, the motors will overheat, and you know you'll just the board will stop. So a way to solve that is just go real slow. So I go like half the speed of full throttle, and I'm okay. Yeah. So yeah, the hubs are good for certain things. For going slow or on super smooth ground, and you want to go fast, and you don't want to worry about your board stopping on you. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go. We talk too much. Talk next time. Have a great day. Thanks for joining. We'll have another live. Oh yeah, I'm gonna make a new forum. I'm gonna try to help more people, but I wanna really organize stuff. So join our new forum later. I'll make a video about it.